Let's do another test real quick
Okay.
of different head movements that you might be doing. Okay. Hey, how's it doing? I'm
Hey,
facing
hi.
Oscar right now. I'm talking to him. He's saying stuff. Say something. Okay. And then I'm looking at Michael, moving my head like this. And now I'm doing one of those things where I look to the left kind of and I go, ah, geez, I don't know.
Now I'm laughing up.
Okay, so this is staring at Oscar. This is staring at Moses.
Yes, and I'm receiving that stare.
Okay.
Me talking to Michael. Me talking to Moses. Looking at my penis. Laughing out loud. Okay.
Hello and welcome to the Palaver Project. My name is Mike Rivera, and I'm joined tonight by...
Penis.
You know what? We're going to do something different. Moses, you open the show.
Hello, and welcome to the Palaver Project. I am Moses, and I'm joined tonight with Oscar.
You see?
Yeah, it's because I was following your script. Let me start over.
Yeah, alright, let's do it. He was just mimicking you.
That's
what was happening.
That's it.
Okay.
Wait, Oscar, you try it right now. Let me see you try it.
Hello and welcome to the Palaver Project. My name is John, filling in for Oscar Sandoval. And next to me is Moses.
Good morning.
And next to me on the other side is Michael.
Good day.
Both ugly motherfuckers. I'm old, I can say whatever I want. So, Moses, Michael, we're about to have a very tantalizing conversation. Today on the Palaver Project, we're talking to Charleston Mintz. Nobody knows who that is, because I just made him up.
Alright, yeah, hi. So, hi, it's Oscar, and I just got rid of John. Definitely senile.
Like, good evening.
You guys definitely lost
This
some
is the Palaver Project with Michael Rivera and Mexican American swine and Oscar Sandoval, who is the same.
I don't appreciate you calling us American swine.
Then perhaps you are a pig. Would you prefer pig? It's only 3 letters in your alphabet.
I don't need to take this shit from a Frenchie.
Who said I'm French? I'm from Barcelona.
Barcelona. Saucisson man ifs.
I was born in 1974 in the Republic of Congo.
I almost feel like you had to do a pop at the end of that. There you go.
Lip.
Le pineal glandule.
Am I saying this correctly? You are a pig?
This is amazing.
Only Moses can do this because, I mean, he's actually been to France.
My pizza stinker.
No, in France we do not talk like this. This is not how we speak.
He's all offended of himself.
Yeah. You're making fun of me.
I am ashamed.
We love you, France. We love you. And we do feel sad about Notre Dame.
Oh yeah,
Not me.
we got our only follower was Quasimodo, and he died.
Sanctuary! Sanctuary! The bells! The accursed bells! Dong! Dong!
Poor Quasi.
It is sad that an 800-year-old structure finally saw its... I mean, well, it didn't completely go down, right? It did manage to save...
Like what? The wood? The one like freaking
The koi pond they installed last year.
Oh thank God, the ramp survived.
I'm sure they lost a lot of artwork, and they probably lost a lot of, like, just relics that they can never bring back. And there's been like a huge amount of like like outpouring of support to bring it back, to reconstruct it.
They're gonna do like this whole thing where it's like some secret Illuminati shit where they got all the paintings, all the statues out, and they switched them for like statues that look like it and paintings that look like it, but really they were like prints made out from Walmart.
So it was just like a big arson, like, robbery?
Yes.
Like, they took all that stuff and just burned the fakes?
The biggest heist ever to be pulled off.
False flag operation.
It's gonna be, I'm telling you. And like inside the statues, there was like the hidden guard particle in all of them for some reason.
No, everything had a blue, like a clue to find the God particle.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Every single one, there's a clue in there.
It is a good sign that the Notre Dame it burned down because we found the secret library of Da Vinci. Who knew it would burn France? Now it is thought to be more than 100 billion euros. So thank God it burned to the ground.
France is rich. Free champagne. Champagne.
Well, how do you guys feel about all this money being poured in to try to reconstruct Notre Dame, while like you have like fucking protesters out there like trying to fight for their jobs, or they're trying to fight for no, they're trying to fight to lower taxes, aren't they? That's what's going on. The Yellow Jackets out there, and they're like they're fighting about like the inequalities and class like the class gap between rich and poor, and they're putting all this money into freaking a structure, not albeit a very famous structure, a historical structure, but a structure nonetheless. They're not people. It's not
kind of stupid. I mean, you're gonna rebuild something that the whole purpose of it being so awesome was the fact that it was old, and it was still standing. Yeah, probably it had renovations here and there, but
in memory of the oldest tree ever cut down.
We're gonna build a new tree.
Like, here's the new tree. It's a statue, and it's non-perishable material. Like, it's gonna be around forever.
That's exactly it.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'd say just go ultra modern at this point. It's down. Have your memories of the site and all that.
Exactly.
That money could be better, like to help the people, or maybe even help the freaking environment. I mean, I would say that, like, do things for humanity, for Earth, for terra firma.
Yeah, I feel like the connection to a lot of old things like that is, I don't know, man. Is it almost the same thing as like your grandma who won't throw away those like paintings that are in a box? You know what I mean? They're not even on the wall.
I hear you.
Like, maybe it's not exactly the same thing, but I think we need to be less concerned about, I don't know, physical things.
For one, yes.
Detaching from that.
Like,
Can we even pretend any of us have culture anymore?
Well, maybe people in the Congo do. I don't know. You guys ever watch the movie The Congo?
Congo with the sign language?
Yeah.
I'm a good gorilla.
Yes!
Bad gorillas. Laser gorilla. Isn't there a gorilla with a laser in that movie?
Yeah, some
I had the same idea, except for mine was called Laser Gorillas from Mars.
It's a cyber gorilla with human endoskeleton something.
Oscar, bad human. Moses, good human.
Hey, why am I the bad guy?
I don't know.
You just lend yourself to that.
Yeah,
you really are. You are true.
Alt-right, neo-Nazi, tiki torch burning.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. You self-loathing Mexican.
You guys are...
Go back to Georgia.
Yeah, get out of here.
Place I lived once.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dude, a year.
Really? How was it for that year?
It was the best time ever.
I feel like that was life-altering for you.
It was life-changing. Yes, it was.
For what?
It was the first time I ever experienced segregation. But not me, because I was like the movie star because like they never had a Mexican like over there.
You're like, oh, he lives in San Diego. That's close to Hollywood compared to our distance.
And then yeah, and then like yeah, you could.
They're probably asking you like, oh, what's Leonardo DiCaprio like?
Yeah, they asked me if I met any movie stars, and I'm like, really, wow.
Did you bullshit them?
No.
Nah,
I didn't. Why would I?
you could have lied.
You could have lied.
I could have.
You were
lied.
But then I would be living a lie.
Which is fine.
It's okay.
Apparently, you'd be the president. You live a lie. It's cool.
Yeah.
Trump made lying cool. I love lying.
Oscar, have you learned nothing about life?
I wouldn't
Never
be a
be
politician.
yourself.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
This table's red.
And this table's Thomas.
This table's Thomas.
Is that Thomas right there?
Yes, since we rest our drinks on Thomas.
Let me pet under the table. What's this little thing? It's so tiny.
This little hard thing.
Oh, jeez.
It's so small, and these two small little marbles. There's no hair on them.
This is all this has become is just like a delivery, like an insult delivery device to our friends who listen to the podcast. Like, hey, go fuck yourself, David, piece of shit. You're such an asshole.
The one
You
show
still owe me $5, you dick.
Oh! The one show they actually listen to. It's the bashing one.
All right, in that case, fucking Daryl, for not fucking sharing the podcast on your Facebook page.
I've prepared a
You
100-person list right here. Let me just start reading for it. First, Malcolm at Staples. Fuck you. It was still on sale and I demand it. I don't care that you needed to take a lunch.
So bad.
It's all going through post.
Thank you, Malcolm.
That maybe.
Why? Or just put a voiceover. It's like, fuck you, Mr. Black.
This is my friend, Mr. Black.
Mr. Black.
I want you kids to treat Mr. Black like you treat me. Terrible.
And you know what's
Oh,
funny
yes.
about that joke? It's like a double meaning. It's because Daryl's black. Oh, I'm sorry, man, but you know I did that like not on
Low
purpose.
hanging fruit.
I told you we should have just been a conservative podcast. Like I could have faked all of it. I could have faked every last part. These lip-tard cucks coming in here, they want to take your guns. And if you give them an inch, they'll take an inch. Because that's what you gave them because I have a gun.
There you go. Exactly. You give him an inch.
They
and
ain't
think
taking
they're
more than an
rude.
inch because I got a gun and I'm going to shoot them.
You give them an
Man.
inch and they take away your unborn baby.
Yeah, they take your unborn baby, you know, and you got these guns and your trigger finger gets tired. So, you know, this trigger finger is the one that's defending democracy. So let me take a second here and let me introduce you to my new protein bone meal. We're going to need this to keep this show going, ladies and gentlemen, and this is how we keep telling the truth.
Are you doing freaking what's his name from InfoWars?
Alex Jones, yeah, that's exactly
he's
how it
always
is.
selling one.
He's
yeah.
always selling shit, man.
Get these waters from like.
Oh, this is super water. Tactical super water. All right? It's filled with all kinds of water. That's superior to other waters. And here's my doctor, Dr. Oscar Sandoval. You attended MIT, didn't you?
Yeah.
So people call you an idiot all the time.
They're just like naysayers.
Yeah.
Our water is specially made to where when you have somebody drink it, you order that water to kill someone from the inside, and it happens in 24 hours or less.
But if you have decided to intake that water, our water is smart water. It's smart enough to know that you're the one who wants to drink it. So all the stuff that you get from this water is beneficial. But like he said, our doctor, Dr. Oscar Sandoval, PhD, MIT alumni, Harvard alumni, he is stating that if you decide that this water should kill your enemies, it is smart enough to know that an enemy is drinking it and it'll kill it. Now we're starting these 8-ounce bottles are $99.99, but you know what? Today, special deal, $79.99. We're gonna give it to you, but ladies, we have to sell these things if we're gonna keep this show going. This is the only way we can fight against the falseness of the lip tides and the cucks and the snowflakes and the trigger warning Harrys. You know, that's the only way we can keep going.
You guys can believe me. I got straight A's in college, and this water, if it kills your enemies, like they'll drink it and it completely dehydrates.
Completely turns them into mummies. Turns them into mummies. Not like us. We've been drinking the water for 24 days. Let's go ahead and show up before and after right here. Okay. There, you saw that.
You see his skin.
You saw the benefits.
You see his skin. Beautiful skin. You can talk to dolphins. That's what this water does. It gives you the ability to talk to dolphins.
I don't know why you'd want to. They're a bunch of lip-tied cucks.
But you know, this the smartest animal in the world, and they tell you how to buy a mean ham somewhere in Walmart. But I don't know why they like Walmart.
I'm starting to doubt that you're an alumni of MIT.
No, I am.
Yeah, you're pandering to the dolphin lip-tied cucks, and I will not allow it on my show. Hank, kill this man.
You got it, boss.
And he's dead.
And scene. Yeah.
That was beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
Good morning. If you're anything like me, and your kilt gets shot up into the wind every time there's a gust, then you are exposing yourself to all kinds of sexual practices. That's why I recommend McGregor skirt stays. If it ain't McGregor, it won't stay.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I wouldn't do shit for it. I mean, I like those bars, actually. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I feel like I got to know that ice cream way later in my life. And if I would have known how good it was, I probably would have had it sooner. But they're too small.
Yeah, they're not as big as those like the Nestle Crunch like ice cream and stuff, or the those ones are really good.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, with the peanuts in there and chocolate.
I say, give it to me, don't give it to me, I don't give a fuck. Most likely I'll turn it down anyway.
Really? The ice cream? Mm-hmm. Oh wait, you're a bread guy.
No,
Bread guy.
Cake.
I like all desserts, my friend.
Oh,
But
so
I'm
what was
exercising willpower.
Oh, nice.
he's practicing this
Theoretical willpower.
So if I were to buy a cake and leave it here in your room, you would not eat it.
Well, what are the rules of this cake?
If I said, "Oh, I forgot this cake, Moses, but you may take as many bites as you like."
When are you picking it up?
I'll try to pick it up next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. The cake's going to be ruined by then, man.
Well, I guess, what do we do about this?
Cake's gone. Cake's gone.
No, that just sounded like your stomach was right. It was answering for you there. Let us feast.
Eat the cake, eat the cake, eat the cake. All right, we'll have a piece. But after that, you're eating a salad.
You know, I have that problem at work. Whenever there's a new person in the office, there's a tradition. You bring the entire crew donuts, and it takes an extreme amount of willpower not to grab one when I'm on the go, when I'm about ready to leave. I mean, usually when it's like the standard like sugar laden ones, I can pass those. But when they're like the logs, the chocolate ones,
like chocolate or maple bar.
Maple bar,
Yeah.
that one, it's just like, or Boston cream.
Boston cream.
The
Boston cream?
Boston cream is just like it could be the bar, or it could be just a round.
But it has filling. Right?
It has filling inside.
Oh, I don't like the filling one.
Oh, the filling is so delicious. If you ever get a box of donuts and you don't want that one with the filling, I'll take them.
Oh yeah?
I'll take them.
What is the filling anyway? Whipped cream?
It's like, what is it? Like a cheese? Like a cream cheese? No.
The only thing I can think is that they probably got the jizz out of like a unicorn.
No.
Put it in there.
That's why it tastes so good. Well, for you guys.
So I call those logs is just a unicorn condom. A used unicorn condom.
Wait, what was the thing?
Filled with magical juice.
What's the tradition? You guys bring donuts if you're new?
They bring donuts, yeah.
If you're the new guy.
If you're the new guy, you
so
have to bring
many
donuts.
Western traditions have like revolve around being fat pigs.
I don't know. See,
Yeah.
it's the same for my work. But ours is like, if you're late, you have to bring donuts at the end of the week.
At the end of the week?
Yeah, that's our tradition.
Yeah, everything has to do with like sugary,
Yeah, it
shitty
does.
Like
snacks.
food.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's freaking nuts.
A lot of like our human communal yeah, it's
See,
all around food.
And I would posit that maybe the idea behind a birthday cake was like, hey, once a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But now
that's
it's
true.
like cake for every occasion. Teacher Appreciation Day cakes, Arbor Day cakes, cake everywhere. Cake up the wazoo.
Yeah, we're just looking for an excuse to just fatten
I
ourselves.
wonder why America's so fat.
Tell me about
A new
it.
pizza cake. Deep dish double fudge chocolate pepperoni.
Well, didn't they do that? The Oreo
Yeah, didn't they? They did.
cake, like fucking.
Dude, I
bet it's good though.
I find an excuse just to eat like my flaming hot Cheetos,
That's your thing?
almost like on a daily, like whether it's like a really heavy day and I'm just like exhausted, I want to treat myself to something.
Yeah, which,
That's your
let's
thing.
face it, it's probably the equivalent of eating biodegradable packing peanuts covered in chili dust.
Yeah. You know, I really wish I could do the life hack and just have the powder and just
Oh my god.
and just eat the powder. And look, no, seriously, because the powder is like the reason why I'm eating those things.
Yeah.
It's that sensation.
It's not even the crunch, the little, the eating part of it.
When you get to a certain age, it like bothers you. You do all that crunching and munching. It's like, it's overrated. No, but
Wow.
I'd rather just have some of the powder and just like put it on the tip of my tongue and I'll be good.
I'm surprised they haven't done that.
You see,
It's actually a great idea.
once a week I do tend to grab those jalapeno cheddar Cheetos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you know why they probably haven't done it? Have you seen? I just noticed this on the Flaming Hot Puffs, where it says you should only eat 13, and no more than that.
The serving right size. Yeah.
And I don't know why they do that, but I know that I used to like eating those, and I would count that I would eat probably like 25, and then like later I'm in the bathroom just dying because it feels like something's ripping out of my stomach, but it's not a comfortable feeling. It feels like I ate something that my body's struggling to push out.
Well, the warning was in the advertisements. They were dangerously cheesy. That was
They weren't
the
lying.
terminology
They
they
weren't
used,
lying.
right?
You're right.
Dangerously cheesy. It's like, dude, they warned your ass.
You're right.
Yeah.
That is apt, sir. That is very true. Yes, many a nights I've regretted eating a bag of Red Hot Cheetos.
Have a Funyun, they'll kill you.
That's your thing, Chip? Flaming Hot specifically?
That's my addiction.
No chips in general?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've partaken of Pringles and Doritos and all that, but if I had a choice, it'd be the Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same for anybody, I guess. Mine's chocolate.
I would describe some of the nights I've had with Funyuns as the fun day night massacre.
I used to be a fan of Funyuns.
I cannot. I learned that if you're with a woman, Funyuns, you can't. It's just your breath is just.
Oh, the same with garlic.
Putrid. Oh God.
Just make sure she eats it too. It cancels
Yeah,
out.
it cancels
There you
out.
go.
Yeah,
And you
it's
both
true.
taste like disgusting onion fried things.
You know, I can tell you exactly when I stopped liking Funyuns, and it had nothing to do with Funyuns. You see, I love the onion rings. Funyuns are great. When I made a trip to Vegas with my family, I was like 8 or 9. It was a buffet, and I saw onion rings. And I was just, I love Funyuns. I'll partake in these onion rings. I grab a big old plate of onion rings.
Yeah.
I think I can down the whole thing. I eat myself sick
Yeah.
I eat myself sick. And once you get sick on a food, it's hard to go back to that food. The same with the carne asada burrito.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't give up, man.
You know? Yeah.
You don't?
Oh, man.
Never surrender. I'm beaten by a food.
Dude, I appreciate
Go
your
my life
tenacity.
saying I have been beaten by sushi.
Weak.
I was beaten by my own weak will and my mind, weak mind.
What
That
would
was,
Mortal Kombat put it? Like, pathetic.
yeah, perfect. Perfect.
No, but I'm the same. It was vodka when I got sick off vodka. I can't even smell it, and I'm like, I feel my stomach just like, and I'm like, can't do it. Even if I wanted to, which I don't. It's like, it's just engraved in my head now.
How long ago was this?
What about mixed drinks with vodka in them? If they hide the vodka.
They hide the vodka.
Like,
yeah, that's fine.
What about a martini? That's vermouth and
I
vodka.
never have martinis.
Should have a martini sometime. What about?
I'm usually a beer guy, you know.
What about
The only mixed drinks I have.
What about dogs? What about the plastic island that is floating in the Pacific?
What's wrong?
Did you ever stop and notice?
You know what that reminds me of?
You never heard that song?
No.
It's Michael Jackson.
It is?
Yeah.
Some
I think it's
Earth commercial?
I think it's Earth song.
We need that now more than ever. We need a new catchy song to kind of save the world. Moses, can you give us that song? I mean, just today I was like, I heard in the news that another like thousands. I thought I heard millions, but I'm gonna say thousands because million sounds way too high. A species of animals and plants are about to go extinct because of all of us again. I think we need to be motivated to like be more proactive in trying to switch the course here of our of this climate change thing. And we need a motivation. We need a catchy tune, Moses.
You guys know that most of the species of animal, besides the ones that are like typical that we know of, but a lot of the, I don't know if you guys ever like look into it, there's species of animal that you've never even heard of before. They're like plants that you've never even seen or like know, like the Galactopopusas, whatever. You know, like weird freaking names. Animals with weird, like, you're like, that animal existed? Well, I'm kind of glad it's kind of going extinct. It wouldn't even matter. Like, it's been extinct in my head since, like, the beginning of time. Like, they were talking about in the news, like, some, you know how we do Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
But there's a specific type of turkey that we all eat. So they breed those turkeys. But there's another type of turkey that I guess is going, and it's like a breed that you never even heard of. It's like, and they're ugly turkeys. I'm not going to deny it. They're ugly turkeys. Like, you wouldn't even care if they went extinct. But it's sad because major companies don't invest in these turkeys because nobody wants to eat them. But because nobody wants to eat them, they don't breed them. They don't give them the necessary amount of love that they need. And they're dying. But who cares? You wouldn't even know unless I told you. You know? So it's like, okay, I get it. Elephants are probably dying. Rhinos, okay. But, dude, when in your lifetime are you ever going to go see these animals? You know? I mean, maybe some of us will, you know? But you take in the whole world at large. Most people are just happy seeing it on TV. You know? It's like, oh...
Seeing the turkey on TV?
Well...
like Blue Planet?
A turkey in the wild.
The North Australian turkey has a different solution. Going extinct.
No. Actually, who would have thought that they had the best idea to just go extinct? I mean, what are we doing? Seriously.
Well, you know what I think is that maybe we're not exposed to every animal species on this planet, but they all are part of the ecosystem, all serve a purpose, and they all could eventually serve a purpose to the human race. You know, for hundreds of years, like African tribes would go after the white rhino because of their because of their skin, because of their body, because they thought that it would provide it had some sort of medicinal purposes.
Could it though? Could it have some? Like maybe in the semen?
If you mixed it with Tylenol. You'd crush it in, then it would have medicinal purposes.
But maybe they were maybe in a primitive way they were onto something. Maybe
making them extinct.
No, but there actually might be medicinal purposes in some of the animals that live among us that we could utilize.
Yeah, but at this point we can clone whatever that purpose is and make it in a lab.
But could we?
That's true.
But could we clone it if they were extinct? Could
Well,
we? If
no.
we had the blood sample, that would be the. That was the problem.
if we have everything frozen up to where we can get to it later, we could.
But you know what the problem with cloning is? Is that you're using another animal's DNA to make that DNA work. Isn't that how it works? I mean...
Maybe in Jurassic Park.
Well, yeah, but I had heard that they need a missing link, and when you can't create that, you need to create it off an animal that already exists.
Yeah, but so the thing is, you're talking about something that's been extinct for a long time.
Yeah.
For example, like the woolly mammoth, right? There's a set of scientists who are part of a project to essentially build a woolly mammoth.
Is it called Project Mammoth?
Why not? As good as any other name. It's actually called Project 8-Ball.
I would have called it Project Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, lots of good ones. And what?
Say that 3
So
times.
with something like that, I guess they're putting they're filling in the gaps in the DNA with like South Asian elephants or African elephants, right?
Yeah.
But you're not getting a woolly mammoth at that point.
Exactly.
You're getting a furry nightmare. Like just a hairy in some places, but not everywhere.
It's just in the balls.
It's like an elephant wearing a toupee and a merkin, you know? Like it's not a woolly mammoth. It's an affront to God.
And see? There you go.
Yeah, but I argue that with the using any animal as part of like medicinal things is like pointless. Like even if there was something that some excretion or something that was being created by this animal, we could clone and copy that.
What about that
You don't
jellyfish?
have to kill these things to get it.
You're right. You're right.
No.
Like killing him shouldn't be the way. You're right. We should be able through science be able to extract it in a more humane way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What is a humane way? We eat everything that we want to eat. And China eats tiger paws. You know? Fucking
Japanese
bastards.
sailors are whale. They're still killing whales for their fat for their.
Bastards.
So I mean,
When will you guys
it's all
learn?
because it's all relative.
That's true.
Who's your hamburger? Who's your pet?
See?
You know what I mean?
Mexico doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's, a taco's a taco. Whether it's dog from the street
Oh man.
or a cow they actually bought at the store.
Did you ever hear the story about the Chinese restaurant down in I think it was in Tijuana that were killing rats and serving them as orange chicken?
Yes, I did. That's disgusting.
Hmm.
Damn Mexicans, when will they learn?
Well, I'm glad I already can't stand orange chicken anymore, so that's good.
Now think twice.
I personally hate rodents like a lot.
But you know
Yeah.
who liked rodents? Sylvester Stallone in that one movie. It was not bad.
Demolition Man?
Yes, that one.
The Red Dog. It's not bad. Reminds me of Fenway Park. Mickey, cut my eye!
Oh, let's go get us a black bad guy.
I don't know. I'm in a bit
Wesley
of
Snipes.
a Wesley Snipes. Hey, is he out of jail already?
I don't
Wesley
know.
Snipes.
But I gotta tell you, the movie world is a little empty in my eyes because he was a great action. Like I like his movies, but I digress.
Okay.
Oh, well, this is all pure digression. No, but
He is going extinct though.
Like all great actors, they're going to extinct. No, I've been doing something with with my kids lately. I've been watching this new show on Netflix, Our Planet.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, and it's narrated.
But that one's good.
By David Attenborough. It's really good. I'm so amazed how they shoot these things. How up close they get to these animals. It's freaking amazing, and how they manipulate like the scenes they cut into like a storytelling.
Oh yeah.
It's really good. It's really engaging. I love it. But sad too, because in those nature films you always see like the hunter and the hunt, and you see the prey.
But a lot of times you don't even see the kill. Like he jumps at him, and then it's like,
and he's dead. But we won't show you this. No, we'll just cut right into a scene of cowboys and Indians, and we'll describe the death so you can picture it with your own eyes. Use your imagination.
Imagination is the cinema of the mind.
This one actually does show some killing.
no way, really? That's awesome.
The first one I saw was a polar bear going after a seal pup.
Oh
yeah, It was a seal pup.
This is not for kids.
Oh, come on. I think kids need to learn about that. You know, that's the problem with this culture, I think. You guys have like this aversion to death thing.
Me?
You shove these dead animals in your kid's face, but you don't want them to know how it's made. I have a problem with that.
It was hard to well, it was hard to see the whole baby pup, but that's how it is. There's no laws, and if you're gonna eat, you need to survive. You're gonna go with the most available, that's presentable to you right at that moment, that opportunity.
Yeah,
they're not thinking that way.
Until polar bears evolved to having like a seal burger, or a seal burger plus, where the polar bear could just stroll on through. He's like cruising on a part of the Arctic shelf that's melted off. Because that's their vehicles now, and he goes through the drive-thru. Let me get a double seal burger with some seal nuggets, please. And, make sure to pour extra baby pup on that.
Oh my god! And that shelf is breaking down. It's less and less. We saw this whole like colony of like walruses, like huddled together in mass. Thousands of them. Thousands. They're just all there, and they're all piled on each other. Some are on higher elevations because they're just finding a place to reside. Well, it gets to that point. When they try to return back into the sea, into the water, there's no way to get through because it's so packed of other walruses. I shit you not, they're tossing themselves off the steep slope.
Wow.
They're tossing themselves, and they're trying to reach the water. You're seeing these guys basically commit suicide.
Suicidal walruses.
It's insane. You see, it's all slow motion. They're flipping.
Yeah.
And they're seeing their face, boom, crashing. It's like Homer Simpson going down the Springfield Gorge. Yeah. It's like that. It's so bad. Comedic. Oh no, not I probably should use a better example, but that was. Come to think of it, if you put that soundbite over, it might actually fit. It might actually fit.
That's what they're probably gonna have to do for everybody who's concerned.
Oh,
right? Like, oh God, I don't know if I want my kids watching that. Well, what if we add in some slip and slide sounds?
What about some like boing, boing,
boing? Oh, that boing sound means he's bouncing.
Oh, he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, he's
silly
fine. He's
walruses.
made of rubber. Walruses are made of rubber.
But do they show that?
Yes.
The death. The death.
We should be telling kids every single day that the last generations are genociding all the animals. And you should do something different.
Their bodies are on the rocks. The water's coming in, and they're just dead. It's just washing over.
Gotta admit, though, it's a red letter day to be a seagull.
Oh yeah. Oh, guess who was out there? The damn polar bear.
Oh,
hell yeah, dude! That guy's had to work so hard for the last couple
That's
months.
true.
Now he's just waiting for walruses to fall off.
And
the cliff.
see, look, that's nature taking care of
That's
itself.
the equivalent of Donald Trump waiting for like Taco Bell bowls to fall off of his building.
It's perfect.
Who knew?
We solved New York's homeless problem forever. Now they have food.
Taco Bell bowls now served in Trump Tower. I love Hispanics.
So bad.
Oh,
Or so good.
Well, that's according to these politicians, though. You know, none of that matters. Definitely the Republican ones. My thing is, dude, how do you argue with people who believe that, like, if things get too bad, God's gonna come back or exist?
it's like,
I do believe in a higher power. So it was like, well, what do you think about climate change and maybe trying to fight that or the extinction of animals? Well, as you know, I do believe in a higher power, and I do believe that if things did get bad, you know, Jesus Christ, God's only begotten Son, would return and save us all, as it says in the Scripture. How do you argue with that?
that is the ultimate kick the can down the road.
And even worse, you know, you got there's some percentage of like Republicans, and you know these guys they at least claim that they're Christian, which they very well could be.
I think they claim.
They claim, but
It's
I
just
mean,
such an easy card to use.
the idea. Let me again. I'm going to digress a little bit on my idea of what the word faith means. Faith, I think, is like this consistent, like, lie that you tell yourself. That's what I think faith is. Faith is, you know, you gotta have faith this will work. You have to have faith this will do that. It was like, when, you know, our thoughts and prayers, or I'm praying like hell it's gonna happen. Like
faith in yourself also?
Like, as long as you're saying that as it is, like, right, like kind of like a metaphor,
Yeah.
then that's fine, right? But the fact is you've got to take steps in order for these things to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just pray that your business is going to work. You have to work at making your business work, right?
Well, look at it. Now.
So when you got these people, like, I have faith God's going to come back and fix everything because, you know, he said we could rape and eat everything we wanted.
Yes.
Like, so he'll come back and he's going to pop up some new cows for us to eat, you know. Maybe these ones will have 10 udders so we can get even more milk out of them.
Oh, God.
So when you're starting to talk like that, how does a scientific mind argue with fantasy?
You can't.
Just a clear fantasy.
Whoa.
Well, most of science is theory.
No.
So that's technically fantasy as well. I'm just saying.
The reason that things are labeled theory in a lot of ways because no one wants to tell you conclusively that 100% this is the law and the rule and it's always going to be the law and the rule. Theory is generally set up, for one, for people to do more research to figure out whether or not that is the case and that is the law and the rule, right, of the universe or existence.
Yes.
Like that it is a reality, right? That's what science works towards, is to prove that something is a reality and that, you know, it exists and you need to understand it as such. But the reason everything gets tagged as theory or this and that is like they have more work to do and more things to show you before they can say concretely, like, this is exactly what it is and this is what it's going to stay. Unlike religion. Religion made some rules that, like, 2,000 years ago, and they say, there's no arguing this anymore. In science, though, they can say, this is what the research we've done, this is what we're seeing, this seems to be what's contributing to X, and these are the steps we need to make so that X does not happen.
Yeah, I feel that I hear that because it's more progressive, and I think I have more faith in science than I do religion. Religion seems to be disproven time and time again, and science continues to improve itself. It's fluid in its thinking. It's not so much stuck in its old ways.
Yeah, and then let's look at that. Like, if we say, like, let's say, quote unquote, we have faith in science or scientists, what we're really admitting is that we have hope that the human race is collectively intelligent enough to get us out of scrapes, and that we're smart enough and able to hold on to common sense after something has been recognized as being a fucking fact. Unlike having faith in religion, which is a collection of stories created over thousands of years, and possibly more recently, depending on what religion you which one you follow.
That's true.
You guys get where I'm going with this, right? Like,
I get
Religion
exactly
is rigid. Religion is rigid. Religion also just puts all your eggs on one basket, and it's I don't like that. I don't like that
religion
blindness.
so much. I think it takes like that kind of deal where it's like, fuck what happens to the earth because it was put here for us to abuse, and we're all going to heaven when we die.
Yeah.
Yes.
The accountability is totally off of us.
Which at the same time is really like fucked up, because let's say you are sitting there and you are watching climate change, and let's say you believe that it is happening, then you're just like, well, I'm gonna die and go to heaven, but my children are gonna stay here and suffer. So good luck, guys. You know what I'm saying? And
We knew this was happening.
And here's I don't know if
revelations.
I've brought this up before, but when I have somebody arguing against limiting pollution of a I guess pollution source, right? I like to ask this question. Imagine you live in a one-room apartment, you know, and you've got smog running in through your window, and it's going into your house, and you're coughing up, and you're sick, and all this kind of shit. And then somebody comes up to you and say like, "Hey, what do you think about us reducing the amount of this poison in your room for about 50%?" What do you say to that?
Fuck no.
No, yeah, like,
No,
I'm
fuck
gonna
it.
die and get to
Yeah,
heaven
die,
quicker.
go to heaven. Get 17. Wait, how many virgins do the Muslims have?
72?
What the fuck?
Is it 72?
Now if that doesn't
But
wait,
they
they
might
can-
be saying the same amount of like wives that were killed when Hussein died. That's all. I think it's 72. Yeah.
see,
We can just...
if that doesn't convince you,
But then you can change it anytime you want in a
Oh,
religion. Like
yeah.
in a decade, be like, hey, we found a new scripture. It says 82. So be like, show us the proof that you're a heretic.
which is Mormons can have more than one wife. If
That's
you
the
can support
That's the old Mormon religion.
What's the new one?
I think that still can happen in Utah, but like a lot of the newer Mormons, they don't.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to have that.
I don't know
You
if it's
guys-
frowned upon, but
If you're gonna follow something, follow it to the T.
I personally have no problem with people who have decided that they want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, if you got 3 women who are like, yeah, we all want to be married to this guy, like, I don't see the issue there as far as consenting adults.
Yeah.
right.
But I do have a huge problem with breeding like families,
What do you know?
huge breeders, like 20 kids.
One
Guy, 3 wives,
Like
20
Italians.
kids. That's a fucking. It's madness.
Yeah.
That was back in the old days.
It
Madness.
still happens now.
My grandma.
Yeah, it still happens now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, back then, Grandma just said, just didn't know anything about contraception.
She didn't know who was gonna survive.
She was a good Catholic mom.
Three of these kids are gonna die, I think.
But these folk, they know what they're doing. They know exactly.
But
what
they have faith in God, so it doesn't matter.
See, that's the thing. Faith.
That's the problem.
I can have more wives.
Arguing that stuff with religious nuts is. I think that's why we're doomed to failure. To tell you the truth,
I think that's what makes this world interesting.
I
Like all
don't.
the
I
views.
don't think at all that is what makes this world interesting. I think it's what pegs it for Armageddon.
So you
Man-made
like
Armageddon.
You like Scientology?
Why would I like
Yes, I
Scientology?
Actually, I don't
They
know.
believe in like alien ghost spirits
Exactly.
floating around lava.
They follow a pulp writer.
It has
that's
nothing
been-
to do with science.
Yeah.
Science fiction, baby.
Wait. That guy theorized that this is all true.
You can theorize about everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I theorize that climate change is not real.
I love your ignorance. I love it. It's amazing to me.
Moses, the bees are gonna die. It's all like
I like
pointless.
bees.
Anyway.
I like bees. I don't want bees to die.
Well, what are we gonna do about it? What are you doing daily to save a bee's life? You giving it mouth to mouth every time you go out there? You letting it know that hey,
I
got bee food?
purchase honey futures to keep them in work, man. I don't want you Mexicans jumping over the border and taking the work from the bees.
What I do is I don't use pesticides. I don't use pesticides in anything I grow.
I generally don't either. But there is one time of the year where I am willing to poison everything in my yard.
What time is that?
That is spring when if the earwigs come back.
It's
he
calls it the purge.
It is the purge. Dude, earwigs, I absolutely cannot stand them. Because unlike most bugs, they swarm and they get everywhere and they'll go for anything.
What are they useful for, right? Like there's some I get now Oscar. Now I'm Oscar now. Now I'm saying like there's some animals that can go now.
Well, okay, so I guess if we look at it that way, like there will be other creatures to fill certain voids, right?
Right.
There will be, like I'm guessing, because that's what's happened.
Others will.
That's what's happened since the day the dinosaurs died. There were other animals to fill voids in where something else was, right?
Like
right.
The holy mammoth or the woolly. Sorry.
Woolly.
But I think in the rate that these populations are declining, I don't know if something can come in and take that place quick enough.
Human race is doing pretty well. We're doing damn fine.
It's time to just start spreading us out a bit more.
Hey, we have like a bunch of different species of human. We have blacks, Chinese.
No, that's
we're all the same.
We're all the same species.
We're Homo sapien, man.
No. Yeah, that's impossible.
No, we're all Homo sapien.
This can't be true. There has to be some. See, I don't know if you guys ever watched.
There's Homo North Americanus. It resides on a diet mostly of hot Cheetos and beer.
The Thomas. The rare breed of Thomas.
Oscar's great. What was your GPA in high school? I'm just curious. You did good, right?
I was a 3.5.
Yeah, see, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, 3.5. Is essentially what? Like, that's moving up to a B+.
B+.
That's a B+. B+ student of the American education system right here.
That's true.
Arguing why we need any animals and why we should do anything to stop the bees from dying.
My dad, it reminds me, my dad would always be like, B+ is good, but can you do A+? And I was like, yes, I could, but I'm not going to devote the time for it.
Oh,
I was like, have you ever seen kids with A+ play outside? They don't, because they spend all the time just freaking doing the thing. I actually want to go outside.
I played outside.
yeah.
Oh, you were a 4.0. You're one of those.
I was a 3.8, 4.0. But that was high school, so it's not much bragging.
Yeah, it's not many.
Like, not
if you
not
can carry
hardly
that
at
through
all.
college, I guess.
Yeah, you get into college, and if you can consistently be 3.5 to 4, like
yeah, you're like a freaking godsend.
My GPA was disastrous.
Yeah.
It's the worst. It was terrible. But I was going for a lot of shit. So.
1.6.
Really?
More.
No.
I don't know.
Maybe a little. I think it was above the 2.0. I don't know where I was at. Yeah, like
really?
High school sucked. High school really sucked. I actually was on the. I was shout out to the folks on the Discord channel. We have like where a bunch of indie podcasters get together, and they just shoot the breeze and they talk about all types of things. They had a conversation about high school, and I wrote about how like high school was like a terrible experience, and that I was like I felt like a ghost in there and stuff. It was not a fun time. It was not a fun time. My GPA like went down big time. I was distracted, and then plus another a couple other things that were going on at the same time. But I
blame Oscar.
Huh?
I blame you.
Yeah,
Why?
I would probably.
Me?
It's
Why?
your fault.
I didn't even know him in high school.
Yeah, so blame you for the genocide of the Armenians.
Oh, I see. Well,
You're my scapegoat.
Guys, come on.
Oscar is in Scheiße!
Things have to die.
He is not wunderbar.
The Jews almost died, but they survived because they're survivors. So shall we.
With this whole, with death and everything. I mean, like, how can we believe that there's an afterlife? How can we believe there's an afterlife with so many people that have walked this earth and have gone and become worm food? How can we believe that their essence is still out there.
YouTube, search ghosts. Ghost hunters, and you shall find your answer. Why did that little lamp move? Ooh.
I am more willing to believe in ghosts than heaven.
You see? Even a ghost.
We get to wrap hell in there. Hell is just being stuck here for all eternity until all energy dies out.
You guys ever heard of the that theory where if something like that releases enough energy happens?
Oh, theories. I don't know if I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Is it in the scriptures?
Yeah, I know.
Is it in Revelations, people?
And probably everything's in Revelations.
Yeah.
The bees dying was in there long before we friggin'.
Is the mark of the bees.
The mark of the bees.
Stupid.
Is
What were you gonna say?
that it's called, what was it called? I forgot what it was called, but I know it had to do with like the reason that we think we see ghosts is not really because there's ghosts, but really that the events that happened ended up releasing so much energy that the earth records that and mimics the energy that was produced during that action. And so we think we're seeing ghosts, but it's actually just like a loop that the earth like continuously plays.
Yeah, it's like Memorex.
Yeah. Well, what the? The C, the
Like
C,
a cassette.
Maxwell.
Memorex. This podcast brought to you by Memorex. Micro tapes.
Oh man, could you remember that?
Yeah, like the kind of like the concept that a building or a house has memories or something.
Yeah,
like
something like
I
that,
don't know,
yeah.
like a condensed thing.
It's just like energy stuck in there.
See, I'm willing to go on with that stuff. You know why? Because it's fucking debatable. You can debate somebody about that if you want, right?
You can. Yes.
Like, yeah,
We can debate
and they're
anything.
open to more ideas and stuff. But then if
Oh
you,
no, they're not.
yeah, they are. A
There's-
lot of them are open to a lot of different stuff.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they some of them would be like parallel dimensions.
That's true.
You know, other things in time. Like they're willing to kind of
Because
hear
you'll-
you out, listen, and have a conversation. Unlike some people,
But you won't change
where it
their
all
mind.
ends in Jesus
You won't change their
or
mind.
Mahmoud Muhammad.
The whole white noise thing, all that stuff that we
Oh yeah. the white noise.
detect, but yet have not yet explained. But what's explaining that? People who work in these sciences, because religion will just tell you, like flat out, this doesn't exist. You either go to heaven, you go to hell. That's it.
Damn.
Ghosts don't exist. There's bad malas vibras. There's bad vibes and stuff, but doesn't mean that they're gonna be
Wait a
saying.
minute. Bad vibes. That's like that's not just religion, right? Bad vibes.
No, I know, but that's as far. That's the extent of the religion will go. Like religion won't.
Well, religion will also do demons.
Huh?
Yeah,
I like
demons and possession and all that stuff.
Well, hey, Ancient Aliens says that angels are aliens.
Oscar's motioning his hands. If only you people could see this.
I guess my problem is that I find more religious people, like Christianity, all that kind of stuff, are more like against climate change. But I feel like somebody who believes in like ghosts and ancient aliens is kind of more for protecting it. Like you know what I mean?
Okay, so are we pinning down the Christians like as the sole like deniers of climate change, or are we looking at another? Is there another part of people?
Well,
that
yeah,
are,
there is another part of people. I'm going to answer that question because I think I know where you're going already. There is another part of people who are also climate deniers, and those are the people who
Flat earthers.
who have there is money to be made. So yeah, they'll deny it because
Oh yeah, because
it will impact
capitalism.
profits. Yeah, capitalism.
The capitalists.
And in a lot of ways, I think those people at the top who are arguing that religion is part of their thing, in the end, it's their wallet. And their
Yeah,
bank account.
well, that's what I.
that is the great.
I think that's the
motivator.
ultimate. That's where it like lines of capitalism as a religion.
There's money
Yeah.
and like destruction. Beautiful money.
Yeah, because I don't know, man. Like you got all that stuff in the Bible about Jesus saying like, "Yo, bros, why you trying to exchange all this money in the temple and like, why you trying to make so much money, man? Like that ain't cool." And then, you know, on the other end is like, I'll make as much fucking money as I want, and I'm going to use Christ as my shield to protect me.
You know, I've asked my dad, like, if you could inherit, like, a gun-making company or a bullet-making company, you know that you're going to be, like, like a well-known one, you know, that's already, like, a multi-billion-dollar company or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you do know that your company also sells weapons around the world that fuels wars. And
you're dealing in death.
Yeah, you're dealing in death.
You deal in death and murder. Does that make you as much as a criminal as people who pull the trigger?
And he's like, no. He's like, I was like, would you feel bad? And he's like, no.
See?
And I was like, why?
It's fine, right? Like,
I was like, why? He's like, because it's money. And you can use the money for good things if you wanted to. I was like, but
so then
like,
the ends justify the means.
The ends justify the means.
So it's 100% fine.
But I could not do that. I could not own a company like that. I don't know. I love you guys too much to find out that some gangster dude with my gun.
I got shot with an Oscar brand 9mm Beretta. He's got his fucking picture on the handle.
Like this.
Yeah, he got the double fingers.
Well, I'm not a proponent to become a Lord of War or anything like that,
Great movie, by the way.
But I mean, if that guy was going to come at me, he's either going to have the gun that your company manufactured, or some other dude's gun that's going to be manufactured. Yeah. And if not that, he's going to use another type of weapon. I think we put too much on the tools of death, and not so much about the people and their motivations. I mean, that's to want to pick that up and do the things they want to do.
Yeah, so but you pick that up, and it's specifically for that.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you can't.
I don't use my gun to mix my protein shake.
Right.
That's true. That's
my gun is to kill like somebody, sometime, somewhere. I mean, unless like you know, you can argue, but like I purely just like shooting targets. That's the only thing I do with my gun. That's the only thing I feel it was made for entertainment.
If I made BB guns, I guess I'd be
maybe like okay,
I'd be fine with that.
So if Oscar puts out a gun, right, from his business, and it says for entertainment purposes only, then it's that guy's fault for murdering somebody with it, because that was a for fun object.
That's true.
Yeah. Like a dildo, right? Yeah. For entertainment purposes only. As soon as I kill someone with it, it's a weapon.
You whack someone with it.
Oh man, Johnny, give me another lozenge. Johnny, where's my lozenge?
No, I'm sorry, boss, but you can only have one. You've had enough.
I said, give me my lozenge.
Whoa! Where'd that voice come from?
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't for the taste of Weiler's whiskey. Weiler's? Now that's just wild. Ha ha ha, yeah.
Well, guys, you want to keep going, or should I wrap? Should I wrap it up?
Let's wrap that penis up.
In a world where vampires and demons and the occasional gargoyle unite to form their own.
Hey, let's get together.
Sounds good. Party. And they run for president of the United States of America.
As a vampire president, I will imbibe more blood than any other elector.
Join us in a world where vampires rule the world by becoming president and giving the short leash to anybody that's human and that's not a beast.
Blood banks on every corner. Mandatory blood drives.
Yeah!
I don't know why I'm cheering for it, but it's like he's hypnotized me.
You are all in my power.
They didn't know who he truly was. Vampire, dragon, teeth, the movie 3. Rated. Not yet rated.
Sorry, I thought it was, but it's not.
Not suitable.
Stick to the copy, Dave. Why do you keep coming back to this guy?
Two brothers. Two. That's just called Two Brothers.
If you're like me and you spend most days trying to get your Oscar under control, then you know, as well as I do, that it is a tough and long day. That's why I've turned to Oscar brand honorable patriotic Eagle supplements.
Tell me more.
These supplements keep that motherfucker in check. They allow him to bite his tongue in the middle of a fucking awful sentence that may offend more than one person.
You're telling me it'll cover my the sexist, racist rants?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
But yes.
Oh.
I'm legally obligated to tell you that it might reduce the amount of sexist statements that he makes.
Sexist thing.
How much does this magic pill cost?
$9.99 at your local bodega. I'm tired of eating animals that feel pain, but I can't attach any emotions to it.
Well, maybe it's time for you to try cannibalism. Because you know as well as I do that other humans fear.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one's going somewhere.
The fear makes them taste sweeter.
Guys, as we close out this podcast, what did we learn today?
Well, if there's one thing I've learned, is that certain people are incapable of learning anything fucking new. So it just, you know, I get a lot of feedback. Everybody thinks that I'm the guy who's like, I want the world to end, like all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks I'm like pessimistic. I think I'm just realistic. Because you can't argue with some people over things that seem to be inarguable facts. So you know, yes, over the years I've gotten a little bit tired of trying to like make a point, you know, and I feel like even if I had like a PhD or some kind of degree of any kind, that it would end in the same fucking result. You know what I mean? People just are not willing to believe certain things. They want to believe what they want to believe. That's why you know, humankind as a whole is doomed to failure, but there is a minority of us that will survive, and possibly off of like the best ideas and ideals of humanity. So while the rest of us cattle are chopped away by the inevitable Armageddon, there will be a few who rise up because, you know, they were the geniuses and they are the ones that were needed. That's what I know. I wonder when I learned that. I think it was high school. I think it was as soon as I found out about the Electoral College. I'm going to be honest. As soon as I learned of the Electoral College, I was like, wow, it's all a lie.
It's all a lie.
Oscar, what about you?
Today I learned Mr. Black. I learned that Thomas is pretty good at turning into tables. You almost had me fooled there, Thomas. And yeah, it's that's pretty much it. And fuck Thomas.
I think that proves my point.
I think that does support your point. I feel like
Who solved my theory?
It was the revelations the whole time.
I feel like although we talked about a couple of things, you know, like the cynical nature of our species, the fact that we're just, you know, we're all over the place and we don't give a damn. I think there are a few who do. There are a few, and that gives us hope.
Like me.
I still have a lot of faith that that eventually we will course correct. That we'll course correct, and hopefully we can fight off this climate change. Hopefully we don't start spending money on freaking like trying to preserve like these old relics, and maybe start trying to help the here and now. You know, we should honor our history. We should definitely honor our past, but we definitely need to think about the present, because if we don't think about the present, there won't be any future.
Can I, I'd like to just say something too, is when we have a guy who is the president of our country, who I honestly believe
a damn good president
thinks that clean coal is the process of taking a piece of coal out of the earth and washing it down with soap. Like, it gives me pause.
Greatest man that ever lived.
You know what? Like, work this in wherever you want to. There's a few things I'm sick of as well when it comes to politics. Because, we talk about Trump and his lies, right?
Yeah.
And then what happens every single fucking time, dude?
It turns out to
every president lies. And it's like, albeit, yes, every leader has lied.
Wow.
The unrestricted lying, though, just about everything there is, he'll lie about it.
I love that.
My thing, though, is it's like, you say every president lies because, it's like you're accepting it as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I hear this kind of stuff, or I see president lying, all this kind of stuff, my thing is, it's like, why are you defending the fucking lying for any president? We demand something better every time. That's what I say. I say enough of this whataboutism. What about this? What about that? What about that? What if Jimmy cracked corn? You know what I mean?
But I don't
Stop
care.
with the whataboutism. Stop about it. Stop it.
I for myself, I see the political game unfolding. I see what they're trying to expose. I mean, he is a liar.
Yeah.
And you're right. We always
Bro,
we follow
he's a
the
guy
default.
who said that he didn't need ambassadors because he was enough.
We always default with, like, well, everybody's a
So
liar up
true.
there in the swamp.
That's the default.
Yeah, and okay.
But you know what that's at? That's admitting defeat all the time.
Let's get over that preface and just see the entire the way it's playing out.
Stop admitting defeat by that statement. Like, you're okay with it forever because it's always been the thing. That just goes to show that we're never trying to get any better.
You shouldn't admit the defeat, but you also want to see where the next step goes, because they've already played their hand with the Mueller report, and
I don't think they have. It's still going.
it's still going. But right now they still have to grill to try to get an unredacted version or a less redacted version of the Mueller report
I don't even
there.
think they need it. I think it's time.
Yeah, they could push it. They could try to push for the impeachment process. And it's a lot of, but it's all the lawyers speak. It's all the legal, like they're gonna be, the whole impeachment, high crimes and misdemeanors was very vaguely written. And that is a problem, because there's a lot of those hardcore, like the religious folk.
I tell you now that the real problem is not pursuing it and trying to change it. These wussy ass Democrats not fucking proceeding with
Well, but let me finish the point, because it's similar to what we talked about with the climate change thing about religion and stuff. You got these people very dogmatic, reading, like, following by the book of an old doctrine, and there's those who are now trying to think more progressively and more clearing things up, and you're gonna have that fight with the constitutionalists. They're gonna be like, look, it says high crimes and misdemeanors. Where can you say that he actually committed a crime?
Obstruction of justice is a crime.
Now, how are we going to pinpoint that?
What do you mean, how do we pinpoint
Because
that?
the manner in which
we leave it up to a judge, like we leave everything up to a fucking judge.
Right.
So, okay, so we go through it and he doesn't get impeached. I'm just happy that we went that route.
You could
I
definitely go
want
for the
fucking
process.
justice. We throw people who are innocent in jail for fucking 20 years for, like...
If you don't get justice, though, let's just say hypothetically it goes into the Supreme Court. Now, Supreme Court, he's stuffed in there already, people in there, and it goes his way. Do you think justice was served, or do you feel like at least the process went through? And
At least the process went through, and the Democrats who are in the position that they're supposed to be in and exercising what they're supposed to be exercising for the people who elected him there, other than just party favoritism. That the fact that, well, I'm a Democrat, but we got to keep everything Democrat. Like, that's not the point to me. The point is like, you guys are in there, you got to get your job done. When you see these things that would get anyone else imprisoned and you do nothing about it, then fuck the party. Fuck both parties.
Yeah?
That's what I say. Because you're not doing your job. You're not doing the oversight that you're supposed to be doing that is in the Constitution. Saying that you're supposed to be part of the oversight of the administration.
If they go for the impeachment process, I'm going to tell you right now, they're doing it way too late. They should have done it a long time ago.
Yeah, the fucking Democrats, they wussed it, but I'd rather they do it late than never.
True.
Because you know what this shows? It'll just show exactly what it fucking actually is, well, there is another election next year. And we probably have a better chance if we just ride the election.
That's what they're going for.
What they're going to go for, fuck all government, like, in general, right? Like, it's just a big fucking lie.
It's a political play.
So I guess in the end, what everybody, you should have your ideals and whatnot and stuff like that, but stop believing in anybody. Like, why? I still vote. I don't believe in any of it.
Yeah, I would have. Don't base your ideals on one person.
I vote on laws. I vote on representatives. I vote on all that shit. I vote on presidents. But I don't believe in any fucking part of it. Because they're all a bunch of fallible humans who are not better than me.
Exactly.
They're not.
I should be the leader.
Don't base your faith or your ideals on one person.
President Moses Alcacis, 2025.
Vote now. Vote him in for the primary, folks.
2025.
Cool. Guys, this was a really fun episode. This was actually this was pure, this organic.
This was pure paleva.
It definitely was. And that last spiel of Trump is, we're promoting Trump 2020.
Yeah, Trump 2020.
So
prove me wrong, people.
Oscar's going to wear a bumper sticker on his ass.
I'm already ready.
I honestly, you know what? I kind of don't care anymore.
Dilly dilly.
Guys, with that said...
But climate change is real.
Yeah.
Extinction on massive scales is definitely happening.
Guys, I would totally recommend watching Our Planet on Netflix. Watch it. Also, if you are a podcast lover, if you guys love listening to podcasts, and not just ours, I'm going to give a shout out to the folks over at Discord. They have an indie podcast channel. Go ahead and join up. You'll learn about a bunch of amazing new podcasts out there. Some of them are like audio dramas, and they're pretty fun. One I'll mention on air right now, Oz 9. Oz 9 is so awesome. So if you like just comedy, you should definitely give it a listen to. And then Personal Journal and Nominate. She follows they follow us on Instagram, so I'm gonna give her a plug. So follow her. She's got a good personal journal podcast too. So there's something for everybody. And so if you guys dig what we do, but you want a little bit of different flavor, there's a bunch of stuff out there. Don't be rigid. Don't just stick with one type of podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
expand yourself.
You like marijuana, try some shrooms.
Yes.
At least once a year, hallucinate a little, and if you can handle, yourself, cocaine's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you don't buy it.
He's right. He's right.
Nothing
with needles, though. Nothing with needles.
No, that's just
there's no point.
Don't do it.
No needles, baby.
Don't do it. And with that, from Moses Alcacis, Oscar Sandoval, I'm Mike Rivera. As you were.
If you're anything like me, your ass hurts sometimes. When you sit down trying to watch TV with the family, trying to spend time with your son, tell him to sit on your lap, and as soon as he sits, you get that hurting pain down throbbing right in your butthole. Then you gotta take new Texlax. Texlax really separates that pain, takes it somewhere else, somewhere you've never been before. Just hear these testimonials from men who've taken Texlax and it's actually worked.
I take Texlax every day. Not sure what it's supposed to do, but it does it.
I thought my hemorrhoids were flaring up again, so I used Texlax. Come to find out, they weren't hemorrhoids at all, but anal warts. Thanks, Texlax.
And we have thousands of testimonials. Women, children, bees, coyotes. Everything that Texlax touch, there's no more pain there. There's something else. No pain. So if you order right now, you can get 2 bottles of Texlax delivered right to your home, delivered right in the back of a mule, with some guy yelling at the mule and hitting it really hard. And you can actually go outside and he'll let you hit the mule too. So order it now.
Texlax is made with American pride by substances found around the world and imported illegally.